Hello, everybody. Michael here for TravsX, and today I want to do a little something different. I'm going to walk through on how to actually build a agent inside of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. It's a lot easier than what you probably are thinking, and actually, it's a lot easier compared to building like a Claude agent or a ChatGPT agent. That said, it does not have the same functionality or capabilities that those AI platforms offer for agents. So we're going to be using Business Central. I've created a Business Central sandbox. I have already activated the sales order agent, payables agent, and expense agent. And we're also going to be using trusty ChatGPT if needed. So, with that said, I want to build today probably something pretty simple. Let's just build like a quote follow up agent. So, what we want to do is we're going to go back into Business Central, and up here on the upper right hand corner, you could say, let's create an agent. All right, create agent preview. Let's set up the agent. Select the template that matches what you want the agent to do or start from scratch. Let's walk that edge, people. Let's start from scratch. Okay, about the agent, let's call this a quote follow up agent. Perfect. Description, let's do, this is pretty good. Finds open sales quotes and need attention. Ranks them by urgency and value. Recommends next actions and drafts follow up emails. For summary, let's do, that's good, I guess. That's good. We could do the same thing for summary. Perfect. All right, so now we want to go ahead and we want to hit update. The agent must have instructions assigned. Oh, so what happened is we hit update, not knowing that there are more pages. Yes, there are more pages. So hit the over. All right, profile role. Choose the user profile role the agent uses when it completes its tasks. You know, for manufacturing, you want something with a manufacturing role or whatnot. For this one, I'm going to choose the ever popular business manager role. It's kind of my favorite, kind of my go-to. Permissions. This is a sandbox. Now, when this is put into like a production environment, it is pretty important that you set up the proper permissions for security. I personally don't trust all agents yet. I've heard a lot of stories. So I would say do not trust an AI agent 100% fully. But with that said, we're going to give our agent super permission, which gives it access to everything. Just for testing purposes, though. Hit OK. Agent instructions. Now, I've taken the liberty to write down the instructions that I wanted the agent to already do. So I'm going to paste those into here right now. You can see purpose, help sales users identify open quotes that need follow-up and recommend the next best action. Data to review, open sales quotes, quote date, expiration date, quote amount, customer record, assigned salesperson, quote status, customer order history, inventory availability, previous quote revisions, expected shipment dates, and available activity notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe see if we can just format this a little bit. I know it doesn't really make a difference, but for me, I kind of like it better. So, all right, next up, decision logic. Flag quotes that are older than the acceptable follow-up window, close to expiration, high in value, tied to important customers, or showing signs of delay. Prioritized by revenue impact, age, urgency, and likelihood of conversion. Actions to take. Create a ranked list of quotes needing attention, explain why each quote was flagged, recommend the next action, and send a follow-up email for the salesperson. Output format. Show quote number, customer name, quote value, age, reason flagged, recommended action, and draft message. Okay, rules. Do not invent customer history or activity. If data is missing, state what is missing and recommend review. hit OK. And that is really it, which is if you're new to Business Central but you're not new to configuring AI agents, that is pretty shocking. If it actually works, I will say that Microsoft did an amazing job on simplifying the ability to create agents that are functional. That said, let's go back and let's give it a test. All right, so all that's not left here is to test our agent. This action will save changes, activate the agent, and close the setup page. Do you want to continue? Absolutely. All right, here we are. We've got our instructions. We've set this all up. Everything's here. All that's left now is to run the task. Once we click this, it should pop up a task sidebar. Oh, we got to give it a name. So let's just do test 5-12-26. Yes, include a message. We're not going to save this as a template. Message text. Let's do sending test message for quotes. Attachments. We don't need anything for that. Let's hit OK. Okay. Now we can see over here on the sidebar, the task sidebar popped up. It says task is in progress. Steps appear here once they're completed or ready to review. You can continue with other activities while the agent is working. And that's a pretty important thing to note, is that sometimes these agents take a little bit while to go through and work. They will get a little bit quicker as time goes on and as the agent learns, but it all really depends on your database and, basically how much information you have. So be prepared, close it out, do whatever else you got to do in Business Central, and then just wait it out. All right. Got a little update. It has performed 13 steps, reviewed different quotes. Click show less. Now it says continue with the task comment sheet. Check the progress so far and confirm if the task should continue. The task is requiring more steps than expected. So let's review. Continue with the task. Give instructions to the agent. I don't think we need any instructions. We just need to continue. It's a comment sheet. So we can review the comment sheet. But there are no comments. Interesting. So we'll decide later. I guess we can click continue for that. Okay, task is back in progress. Steps appear here once they're completed or ready to review. And this is the whole point in testing an agent. You're going to run into some different variables, some different things that you're always going to have to tweak and get it to be just how you want it to be. So I'm glad these things are popping up and it's asking questions as opposed to just going through and trying to figure out for itself and doing whatever. That's when you could run into a lot of problems. So now we wait till the task is finished. Okay. Now we've got message to Michael. Outgoing list 3 overdue high value says, well, let's review. So this is the message that is going to be sent to me. It is going to show the ranked list of sales quotes needing attention. Gives us the quote number, the customer, the quote value, the age, the reason flagged, which is very old quote, high value. Customer has high overdue balance, $53,833.52. And the quote is past due. Recommended action, immediate follow-up with customer to confirm interest and address overdue balance. Consider closing the quote if no response. And it even gives us a draft message that we can send to the actual customer. Subject, follow up on the sales quote. Dear Megan Bond, we noticed your quote of $15,352.40 is overdue and your account has an outstanding balance. Please let us know if you wish to proceed or need assistance. If we do not hear from you soon, we may close the quote. Now, obviously, you can tweak this as you want. I don't know if I'd probably want to say that your account has an outstanding balance. I'd have to check into that. I'm not sure it's relevant to this either. But I like it. I like it a lot. So once I hit continue, this will send me an email, and then it'll notify me of, what is needed to do. So we'll hit continue for now, and it'll send me a message. And that's it. That is the agent for quote follow-up. Not too bad. That's how you build an agent pretty quickly. Not bad, Microsoft. Not bad.